Sports fans everywhere sending their best wishes to Tiger today. And if you were following the news early yesterday afternoon, there were some pretty scary moments there. We knew there was a serious car accident, but that was about it. And then the relief came that the injuries were not life-threatening. And we always think of athletes, there's this aura of invincibility. They're larger than life. They do things we can't. Hard to imagine them being vulnerable. But time and time again, we've learned that that's not the case, not with just Tiger, but with other athletes. And Tiger himself has provided that lesson on multiple occasions. And for all of his wealth, for all of his fame, his personal issues well documented, everything that's happened to him and everything that's happened because of him is played out in the public's eye. It's extremely tough to watch at times, and it certainly was yesterday. And it's still way, way too early to talk about Tiger's golf future. This was about Tiger the person yesterday, and it should be about Tiger the person for the next probably 3 to 6 months, not Tiger the golfer. You know, those trying hours on Tuesday, whether he plays again or not, doesn't seem that important. And I know that we want to advance the story. We can't advance the story. And we're not going to speculate on anything with Tiger Woods. That's not fair. That's not what journalists do. We will not do that. I don't know if he plays golf again. You will probably recall, if you are a longtime listener, that I was just hoping for one moment, a world reminder with Tiger Woods for a new generation so they can understand what this was all about, who he was all about, the sensational Tiger Woods, what that feeling was like. And he's bigger than the sport of golf. When he's great, he's bigger than the sport because people who don't watch golf, play golf, watched it when Tiger Woods was in contention. And we saw that. We got that world reminder in 2019. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted one more trip down memory lane with him. One more go at it. One more just reminder of who he is. You know, when Michael Jordan had his documentary, Michael couldn't play again, come back and play again, but he had a world reminder of, to a new generation, this is who I am. You know, Tom Brady is doing that almost every year. LeBron is doing that. These world reminders just tapping you on the shoulder. And we got that with Tiger Woods, a world reminder at the 2019 Masters. But yesterday worked in reverse order for me. It was about his life. Was he going to be alive? I never thought about his golfing career, if it was going to continue. When you get to be 45 or 46, just normal golfers on tour, you don't play competitive golf at a very high level on a consistent basis. But he's already had his career defined. At worst, he's the second greatest golfer of all time. I think he's the greatest golfer of all time. But I thought about his life. I thought about him as a father. And then eventually, when I realized it was non-life-threatening, then I started to think about all of these surgeries that he's had. And he's just coming off minor back surgery. And Jim Nantz asked him on Sunday, hey, we're going to see you at the Masters. And he's like, well, I got to get there first. Little did we know what those words meant, 48 hours later. But it was a year ago and 3 weeks when Kobe happened. And it was similar time frame. It was in the afternoon, and then social media, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, what is happening here? And you're just searching for any answers there. And there's that moment. With Kobe, it was like, oh, no. Oh, no. With Tiger, it was, oh, no. And then it was, okay. Like it was just one of those that you have a sigh of relief. And if he never plays golf again, I'm okay with that as a fan because I've been treated to some of the greatest golf. I was there when he won his first Masters. We've been treated to some of the great athleticism, and Tiger has provided that drama when you want somebody to be great and they're great. But there was that moment yesterday where you couldn't help but think, is this going to happen again? And then all of a sudden we started to get some reports. And I started to think about Alex Smith, believe it or not, the football player, the quarterback for the Washington football team. You don't, when you break a bone and you have an open, it's an open break, so the skin breaks, compound fracture goes through the skin. Then you start to worry about infection. And that's what Alex Smith had. And it nearly killed him. And then he nearly lost his leg. And that's what you have to be thinking about now, is just Tiger the person. I couldn't help but think that weekend when he got to play with his son Charlie in an event with other fathers and their sons, it was awesome. And he got that opportunity. I hope he continues to get that opportunity. I hope that's his goal, is just to play golf with his kids, to walk comfortably. I don't worry about him coming back on tour. I hope he does. If he, I never bet against him. Everything that Tiger, has had in front of him, he always seems to somehow climb above it, the obstacles. But this one, the obstacle, is a skyscraper. But this is about Tiger, the person, not Tiger, the golfer. And yesterday was one of those reminders. They're people. And we've had that with Tiger a couple of times. And he's had car accidents. He's had car situations. He's been pulled over. Had the Thanksgiving Day crash. And then you had this yesterday. But when you saw the video or you saw the pictures, it looked like that somebody would have died in that car. And I guess, thankfully, he's the only one in the car. Because he was going to an event, whether he was speeding or not, the police will sort through all of those things. Was he driving impaired? I have no idea. He was on his way to meet Drew Brees and Justin Herbert for a golf event. And he had played with David Spade and Dwayne Wade. That was the day before. But just so you know, if I move on to another topic today, I'm not being insensitive. I'm trying to be smart about it and advance this. But he's still here. This is a good day. He's alive. I mean, ask Dale Earnhardt Jr. when you go up to your dad's car. Dale Jr. was in a plane crash and walked away from it. This should be a good day. Tiger's alive. And if he never plays again, we're okay. We are okay.